switch this to bracket. Any questions? All right, almost there. We're going to do a new activity. This is something abstract, something you may have a difficulty with, because you know how to find domain if you're given the pair of relations, like Tom Hanks with number of nominations. You know Tom Hanks is the domain. Here, you don't have a table. You have no graph. I wish I had a graph like this. Well, can you graph this? Yes, you can after chapter 3, but not now. You don't know how to graph. You don't have a calculator to graph this. So you have no clue how to find domain. Yes? No, we have a clue. Domain is the set of all input values, or x coordinate. The set of all axes, but with a catch, that those axes make the function a new number, such as, for example, is 1 in the domain? Can I enter 1 into this function and does it bring us with a new number? Is 1 in the domain? Let's test. Plug in 1 here, 1 minus 2, 1 plus 3, 1 minus 2 is minus 1, 1 plus 3 is 4, negative 1 quarter is negative 1 over 4 a number? Does it make sense? Can you plot it on the graph paper? So this is the pair relation you make. You took 1 and it went to negative 1 over 4. The passenger 1 goes to negative 1 over 4. Does it make sense? Yeah. So yes, 1 is in the set. So 1 is in the pocket. So are we going to do this like this? Is 0 valid? Yeah. How about negative 1 valid? Yeah. 1 million? Yeah, this is the domain then. We should keep writing this and try real life, right? Correct? All these are in the domain. There are so many of them. Correct? So many. So you cannot list them again. What are we going to do then? Instead of writing the good ones, yeah, I know pretty much I can enter here. Why don't you spot the bad ones? Look, not everybody is allowed in a bus. There are some crazy people. You don't let them in, right? What if the guy is strapped with bombs? Would you let him in? No, right? So there is like a no-fly list. They check your ID. It's a company bus maybe, and if you don't belong to that company, then they don't let you in the bus. So X is the passengers, and it looks like everybody is welcome in this bus. 1, 0, 1, 55. But no, there is one person. It's in the list of no-fly. It's a terrorist. It's gonna hijack the bus. Who is that? And how do you spot it? Who makes this bus, when you enter into bus, you enter the value in here, it's gonna blow the bus. She says negative 3. I wonder how she got it, but I will give it a try. Let's run the scenario story that negative 3 is in this bus and see what happens to everybody. What is the top? Negative 5. What is the bottom? 0. And what is 5 over 0? Explosion. Means undefined. The bus is in pieces now. Okay? Alright? 5 over 0. We cannot divide a number by 0. 5 over 0 in math is undefined. We don't know. It's unclear. Like nobody went to an address. Bus is stalled. It's not moving. Alright? So you found that number, that terrorist you spotted. How did you do that? First, we noticed that this is a fraction. This is a fraction bus. And fraction buses has weaknesses. The weakness they have is denominator. Not every bus is fragile like this. Some of them real strong. They let everybody and they survive all kind of blasts. But this one is fragile. This one is breakable because it has a denominator. And when denominator becomes 0, then we have a real problem. So what she did is actually she set this into 0, set the denominator 0, and then found out that when you subtract 3 from both sides, when x becomes -3, then we have a problem. Okay? So that's how you find out your terrorists. Set the denominator. They are hiding underground in the denominator. So you expose them by setting into 0 and isolate them. Okay? So how do you write the domain? The domain is everyone except the terrorist, which is, how do you write this up? I cannot enter this into my answer box, right? 21. Does it say you can enter sentences like that? Terrorist. No, I don't believe we can. So what do we need to enter here? Oh, look what it says. Interval notation. It says, do not give me this crap. Give me something in intervals. First, I'm going to make a picture for you guys. Can you color here? Everyone is going to be colored except -3. Take out, delete, erase, take an eraser and remove -3. That's what it says. Everybody, but except when you come to -3, put a hole in there. This guy is not allowed. How do you turn this into interval? This red colored stain all over the carpet here, all the way to the right, all the way to the left. How do you turn this into interval notation? This notation, like negative infinity, positive infinity. Is this the answer? All the way from left to right. Is this the answer? This takes everybody. This means everyone. I have to take this guy out. How can I do that? Anyone? Yes, we need to break this into 2 pieces, left side and right side, and then unite. There is no other way. Okay? We have to do it in 2 pieces. Left side, negative infinity to -3, and then the right side is -3 to infinity. This way we are excluding 3. Oh, you may say, no, we're not. I see still -3 here. You may say, it's still included. No, look at the parentheses here. You have parentheses here, not brackets. That means you are not taking that end parts, -3, in both sides in. You're not taking it in. Right? You're excluding them. So this is what we are going to enter here. How do you make U symbol? It's right here. Union. Okay. Any questions? Does it make sense? All right. Here comes a brand new question. First, look at what type of bus you have here. Do you have the same bus? What was the weakness of this bus? You had a denominator. You had a location underneath the car where you stack your luggage. They were hiding in there, crawling in there. Bad people, right? And that -3 was bad. Do you have a denominator on this one? We don't. So this is a different type of bus. So different bus means different weakness. So what's the weakness of this spot? When does this fail to operate? When does it stall? Square roots. When can you not compute square root? They're not computable sometimes. You don't know what that number is. Yes. If you end up with a negative number here. Okay? So the good numbers, good ones, good domain values, the passenger list, good passenger list consisted of the ones that makes inside positive, or 0 or more, not positive, 0 or more, right? If the inside is 0, can you compute square root of 0? Yeah, square root of 0 is 0. How about square root of 1? 1. How about square root of 1.4? I don't know, but you can compute it, okay? Every positive number is good. So you have to check which values of A makes A plus 10 0 or more. And list it here. Oh, I know the answer. It's negative 10, negative 9, negative 8, negative 7, negative 6, negative 5, 4, 3. I can do this all day. It doesn't stop. Is this the answer? Partially correct, but incomplete answer. Yeah, negative 10 is good. Negative 10 plus 10 is 0. Good. Negative 9 plus 10 is positive 1. Good. Negative 8 plus 10 is 2. Good. All these are good, but do you only have whole numbers? How about negative 9.5? It's also good. So negative 6.205, this number, is it good? Yeah. So you can't list them. It's, as a matter of fact, expecting an interval notation. But you know the answer. All numbers greater or equal to what? Negative 10. You have to count forward starting from negative 10. So why don't we make a coloring first? I like coloring. Find out negative 10. It's where everything starts, right? Negative 10. Counting forward then negative 10 means which area are we going to stain? The right side. Are we going to take negative 10 in? Yes. So we are including it, or let me put a bold mark here. So we include negative 10 and forward. So who can convert this into interval? We start from left to right.